sweep the Los Angeles Angels at the stadium to improve to 36-15 on the season. It's a high watermark for the Yanks, being 21 above 500. It's the best record in Major League Baseball. And the main reason is that starting pitching. It's just incredible. 1 through 5. And in this series, Nestor Cortez, yet again amazing. One of the best pitchers in all of baseball. He has been the number one on this amazing staff. And Cortez, it's crazy that it's really a foregone conclusion that he'll make the All-Star team. And it's really a question of will he start in it? Like, the fact that's even on the table is insane. And then also for me, the number 2 Yankee pitcher this year has been Jameson Taillon. Jameson Taillon flirted with a perfect game. He had a perfect game through 7 innings. And Taillon, he's been like the number 2. Because I kind of want to rank them, which is not fair at all. This isn't necessarily based on ability. It's just based on to-date performance. Jameson Taillon's number 2. He just is. And Taillon, honestly, he's going to be in that all-star conversation. Like, unbelievable work for Taillon, who really ever since a certain point last season has been amazing. It was a rough start to his Yankee career, but about halfway through the season, he turned it around and he's carried into this season. It's been amazing. And then Jordan Montgomery pitches very well as well. And finally gets his first win. For me, Montgomery, it's close between him and Cole, who's 3 and 4. That's a close call. And that's kind of where I'll leave it. You can go either way on 3 and 4. Severino's number 5, and that's no slight to Severino. But if I had to look at it and evaluate it, I think, you can go either way on Montgomery, Cole for 3 or 4, in my opinion. But Montgomery was amazing in this series as well. Yankees offense, the first game was good, and the second game was decent as well. Third game was rough. The lineup is definitely in a rough spot, but for me, the bad players continue to be bad for me, and the good players continue, or the fringe players that we kind of like are continuing to play well. So to me, it's just trends continuing. But this is an Angel team that's been struggling lately, but a team that, when it's all said and done, very well might make the playoffs, especially with that added wild card spot. Like, if you had to look at it right now, okay, Yanks, Astros, AL Central winner, Blue Jays, Rays, and who gets that final spot? Very well might be the Angels. And who knows? Like, it very well might not be, but this is an Angel team that on paper is pretty darn good. But the Yankees really shut down Mike Trout, very much so. And Shohei Ohtani as well. Ohtani, from a pitching and hitting standpoint, they really did shut down Trout and Ohtani. And so, the Yankees gave up all of 3 runs, right? All of 3 runs in this series. It's crazy. 1 run each. 1 by Montgomery, 1 by Clark Schmidt, and 1 by Taillon. And all of those runs were late. Those 3 runs were late in the game. 7th inning, 8th inning, 8th inning. So the Yanks, the pitching, because, look, that's not necessarily the fun talking point, right? You want to talk about Judge, you want to talk about the offense. The pitching has just been tremendous, and Matt Blake deserves all the credit in the world. So for game 1, it would see a lineup that would not have Aaron Hicks in it. Aaron Hicks would not be in this lineup, and it kind of seems like, when the Yankees are going against a righty, that Hicks is a little bit susceptible to not being in the lineup with this current format. And I like the fact that Andujar is getting everyday reps. Now, he did not play one of the games in doubleheader. That's fine, the way you manage doubleheader. And there was one in this series, and I don't like him, and the Yankees finally did win a doubleheader, which it feels like it's been forever since the Yankees have won a doubleheader. Usually they'll split them. We saw them lose both to the White Sox. They won both, which was awesome. But yeah, no Hicks in this first lineup. And, it would be Noah Syndergaard on the mound for the Angels making his New York return, and it was not a good one. Noah Syndergaard was awful, absolutely terrible in this game. And Montgomery was really good. So for the Yanks, they jump out to an early lead in the first inning. and it would be an RBI double by Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo with an RBI double knocks in Judge, who had walked. Then it's Gleyber Torres, who gets an RBI double off the top of the left field wall. Unfortunately, Torres, he had the triple, but he kind of it was off balance, and Duffy tags him out. But the problem with Gleyber there, unfortunately, and look, Gleyber, this series is mostly praised for him. Unfortunately, there, he kind of wasn't hustling out of the box. If he hustles out of the box, that's an easy triple. Gleyber's out. So now there's two outs, but the Yankees keep on going. It's an Andujar single. Then he's still second, and it's Matt Carpenter homering again. So Carpenter, first game as a Yankee at Yankee Stadium, home run. And so the Yankees take a 4-0 lead right there. In the second, the Yankees would score another run. And that would be courtesy of an RBI double by DJ LeMahieu after a Joey Gallo single. So LeMahieu, the RBI double, gives the Yankees a 5-0 lead. Montgomery did a really good job. We head to the sixth. And Joey Gallo doubles after a Trevino single. So it's second and third. And DJ LeMahieu reaches on a fielder's choice. Trevino scores. And it was actually a really good play by Trevino. LeMahieu doesn't get the job done, but Trevino avoids the tag, scores the run, makes it 6-0. And Aaron Judge sac fly makes it 7-0. In the seventh, the one blemish for Montgomery would be a Luis Rengifo solo homer to make it 7-1. And then in the eighth, Jose Trevino. It would be Trevino with a 2-run homer. He has been so good as a Yankee. Just everything about it's just been amazing. And, like I said, Trevino, this is someone who's kind of an early fan favorite, and he's a lot better than Kyle Higashioka. I'm going to keep on saying that. So the Yankees take that 9-1 lead. For the rest of the way, Montgomery goes 7 innings. Miguel Castro pitches the eighth, and David McKay pitches the ninth. McKay was actually sent down after the conclusion of the series. So the Yankees win that game 1 very easily, 9-1. Then you have a rainout. And so it's a double header for the last day of the series. And it would be Shohei Ohtani versus Nestor Cortez. And Cortez outpitched Ohtani by a lot. Ohtani did not do well against the Yanks last year either. At least this one was better, which isn't saying much. But, in this one, in game 1, no Andujar. He would eventually pinch hit. And I think there was one other player that was out that's a semi-regular. It was Connor Falefa. Connor Falefa was also out in this game. So Yankees get on the board right away, and it's Matt Carpenter. Matt Carpenter with an amazing 11-pitch at bat, leading to a home run down the line. Just an amazing way to start the game. And Carpenter, look, he's been pretty good as a Yankee so far, I have to say. So it's 1-0 Yanks. Then with 2 outs, Gleyber Torres hits his 10th home run of the season. Torres, it's nice to see that power. That's more home runs than all of last season. Gleyber is really coming on strong lately. I was very skeptical of him, but he's proven me wrong. And so the Yankees take a 2-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the third, and it would be Aaron Judge. He homers, hits his 19th of the season, ho-hum, and the Yankees take a 3-0 lead in the fourth. There would be a Hicks single, a Trevino single, and an RBI double by Marlon Gonzalez, making it 4-0 Yanks. They would add on in the fifth as DJ LeMahieu homers, and at this point, Ohtani's long out of the game. LeMahieu hits a solo shot, makes it 5-0. Later in the inning, Andujar pinch hits for Carpenter and hits a sac fly to give the Yanks a 6-0 lead. Cortez pitches 7 scoreless innings, dropping his ERA to 1.5. 1.5 ERA for Nestor Cortez. Just not. This isn't real life. It's video game numbers. So in the 8th inning, Clark Schmidt gets into some trouble. A couple of walks, and it's a Rengifo RBI single to make it 6-1. Wandy Peralta gets the final out of the inning. Jared Walsh comes on with the bases loaded, down 5, and Walsh flies out. Now, going into the 9th inning, there's a rain delay. So through 8 innings, there's a rain delay. So they come back about an hour and a half later. Peralta comes back after the 9th and gets the job done. Pitch just goes 9. So technically, it goes down as a save for Wandy Peralta, and the Yankees win it 6-1. So now we head to the last game of the series, the second game of the doubleheader, and it's Jameson Taillon versus Reed Detmers. And Detmers, a young pitcher, with a lot of promise, who pitched a no-hitter earlier in the season. And Detmers pitched pretty well, navigated out of a lot of trouble. To me, this was very similar to like McClanahan's outing from Sunday, where the Yanks really should have scored more. The Yankees were not good runners in score position. They were 1 for 12. They finally got the big hit at the end, but 1 for 12. The Yankees should have easily won this game. And in large thanks to Jameson Taillon, who was amazing. I'm so glad he got the win. So Taillon improves to 6-1. Again, and the wins are racking up as well for Taillon. That's 6 wins. This is someone who is going to be in the All-Star game conversation. He has to be. He's been great. And Taillon, Cortez is getting all the hype, deservedly so. Taillon really is emerging as a top-flight guy. And it's great to see. And he's a good guy, too. Very easy to root for. So Taillon coming up big. And in this game, the Yankees, as far as the bench, Rizzo, who we'll talk about, comes in for a very big pinch hitting opportunity. And Matt Carpenter as well would sit out this one. So the Yanks, like I said, we're not going to get into it because they win the game, but so many chances. First and second, no out. First and second, no out. Runner on second, no out. Just first and third situation. I mean, like every situation possible, and the Yankees cannot get it done. We're going to fast forward all the way to the 8th inning. And in the 8th is when Taillon loses the perfect game. It goes down as a double for Jared Walsh. Good hustle where Connor Falefa tries to make the play, can't. And I can't kill Connor Falefa because he made a really nice play the inning before to preserve the perfect game. So that goes away. And Taillon gets a couple of outs. But unfortunately, Kurt Suzuki gets an RBI single to make it 1-0. And this was a play where Andujar, it would have been tough. I wouldn't have hated to see Andujar dive for it, but he would have needed a really good jump. It probably wasn't going to happen. So, Andujar's left field has been pretty good so far, so not a whole lot to say there. But that's a big RBI single for Suzuki. And so Taillon is looking at a potential loss from a perfect game to a loss. And this reminds me of Nestor Cortez earlier in the year, a no-hitter against Texas. It didn't feel like it, though, because the game was scoreless. And so Taillon, it never got to a point where it really felt fully real because the Yankees didn't have the lead. But anyway, we go to the bottom of the 8th, and it's 1-0. And the Angels bring in Oliver Ortega to replace Ryan Tepera. And with 1 out, it starts with Miguel Andujar getting a double. And Andujar, like I said, he needs to stay in the lineup. He deserves it. Is he the 2018 Andujar? No. But he's a lot better than many of the players in this lineup. Connor Falefa walks, and on that walk, Andujar goes to third at a wild pitch. So it's first and third, and coming up is Aaron Hicks and then Joey Gallo. Right there, I'm already thinking, let's pinch hit Rizzo. I mean, forget about Matt Carpenter for a second. I mean, I wouldn't have minded Rizzo and Carpenter, but they don't do the pinch hitting, and I'm not surprised by that. I wish they would, but I'm not surprised. During the Hicks at-bat, Connor Falefa steals second, so no double play possibilities. Hicks does walk. Fine. Still don't like him, but fine. He walks. Then it's Joey Gallo. Bases loaded, 1 out, with a chance to redeem himself for all the things he's fucked up in the season. What does he do? He strikes out. Because that's what Joey Gallo does. So Joey Gallo gets the full count and just swings and misses. I've never seen a guy just miss a pitch in the strike zone more. He just swings and misses at pitches that are usually, now tonight he did swing at one up at his head, but a lot of the time it's just down the middle, he's just missing. With Joey Gallo, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Joey Gallo, it's not going to work. Plain and simple. Like, there's a problem. If he has a role in this team late in the season, that's a major problem. He should be either off this team or have no fucking role. But Anthony Rizzo saves the day. He pinch hits for Kyle Higashioka, and Rizzo has not been good lately at all. But with 2 strikes, bangs a 2-run single up the middle, scores Andujar, scores Connor Falefa, and the Yankees take a 2-1 lead. We head to the 9th. Clay Holmes, who's been amazing, got into a little bit of trouble. 2 quick outs. But then he had to face the tough part of the Angel lineup. And Ohtani worked a really good at-bat, an 8-pitch at-bat where he walks. And there was one moment where if Trevino can catch the foul tip, it's over. He couldn't. Ohtani walks, a really gutsy at-bat. Then Mike Trout is hit by a pitch. Then Holmes gets ahead of Jared Walsh, and he hits Jared Walsh in the foot. He was ahead 1 and 2 on the count, and he walked and he hits him. But with Clay Holmes, never a doubt, Luis Rengifo grounds out to Falefa to end the game, and Holmes gets the save. So we got shaky for Holmes. We're not used to that. But I'm not going to give him any fault there. Tough part of the lineup. Obviously the hit by pitch is hurt, but you'd rather face Rengifo than Ohtani, Trout, and Walsh. So he navigates through it. Holmes' ERA now drops to .35. Just, 25 straight scoreless innings, and the Yankees win and get the sweep. Pretty good stuff. So the Yankees, like I said, 36-15, and now they stay home, and they will take on the Detroit Tigers, who they already played at Detroit and won that series 2 out of 3. And here I'm hoping for at least that. I'm kind of hoping for a sweep, to be honest with you. I think it's doable. At no worse, get 2 out of 3 and hopefully get the sweep. So the game one's a major advantage Yankees. It's Elvin Rodriguez versus Garrett Cole. So advantage Yanks in game one. Game two, it'll be Bo Bresky, or Brisky, I'm not even sure how you pronounce that, to be honest with you, versus Luis Severino. That's advantage Yankees, definitely. And then game three is actually a rare 11:30 start due to Peacock. So for TV purposes, it's an 11:30 start. And this one is going to be Ronnie Garcia versus Jordan Montgomery. And Ronnie Garcia has actually been pretty good for the Tigers. And recently, I guess, got moved into the rotation. He was pitching in the bullpen. So in terms of looking at the numbers, he would be the toughest guy for the Yankees to face. And so if I had to predict one game the Yankees would lose, this Montgomery one might be the one, to be honest. But really, the Yankees should kind of win all three. So we'll see what that Yankee-Tiger series provides. And then the Yankees will hit the road where they will face the Minnesota Twins, as well as just the Twins. Just the Twins. Then they'll head back home. So little AL Central action coming up here. Yankees, Tigers. Hopefully they can finish off this homestand just the way it started, with a sweep against the Los Angeles Angels.